For 10 long years, this majestic hunting dog was the living shield and the pride of the vast, sun-drenched Golden Steppe, ruling with absolute authority and power. To him, loyalty was more than just a duty. It was his entire existence. He believed that his master's praise was the most precious crown he could wear. In the darkest nights and coldest storms, he fought against the wolves to protect the flock, his eyes burning with an unyielding fire of courage and fierce devotion. Every scar on his body was a badge of honor, earned through blood and sweat. He was the hero of the plains, a warrior who feared absolutely nothing. He felt invincible beside the warmth of the fire, believing this bond would last forever. But he did not know that even the brightest glory eventually begins to fade. The cycle of life is cruel to those who give everything without reserve. The peak of his life was passing, and the shadows of change were slowly creeping in. Time is the most ruthless enemy of any warrior. When his legs began to tremble and his breath grew heavy, he realized his position was no longer secure. The speed that once defined him had vanished, replaced by the heavy weight of age. His body, once a weapon, was now becoming a burden he could not escape. A new successor had arrived, younger and stronger, with a coat that shimmered in the light. The master's attention shifted, leaving the old soldier in the cold shadows. The glory he once held was now being given to another. In the master's eyes, the old dog's lifelong loyalty was being forgotten, replaced by the thrill of youth. He sat in the silence of the stable, listening to the echoes of a life he no longer led. The pain of being replaced was sharper than any wolf's bite. The scars that were once celebrated as symbols of bravery were now viewed as unsightly marks of decay. To the master, he was just an old tool that broke. Then came the night of the great storm, a freezing darkness that swallowed the world. It was a night destined to change everything for the old hunting dog. Under the cover of the blizzard, the master led him far away from the only home he knew. The dog followed trustingly, unaware of the betrayal that awaited. With a cold heart, the master turned his back and disappeared into the white void. Loyalty, it seemed, was only a one-way ticket for those who were ungrateful. He ran until his heart felt like it would burst, chasing the retreating lights. But the distance only grew, leaving him alone in the vast, indifferent, frozen waste. He fell into the snow, his strength finally gone. In that moment of absolute despair, he realized the ultimate mistake he had made throughout his long, faithful life. He had placed his entire sense of worth into the hands of someone else. When he was no longer useful, his devotion was treated as nothing but worthless trash. His heart broke, not just from the cold, but from the realization that his value was never truly seen. He was a tool to be used, then discarded. But as the sun began to rise over the frozen horizon, a new spark ignited within his soul. The storm had ended, and a new clarity began to emerge. He didn't stand up to follow the master this time. He stood up to find himself. He realized that his life still belonged to him, regardless of others. Do not wait until you are abandoned to recognize your own value. You are not a tool for someone else's convenience. You are a being with intrinsic worth. So many people spend their lives chasing the approval of a society that will forget them the moment they slow down. They lose themselves in the race for validation. If you do not cherish your own efforts and your own journey, the world will treat your sacrifices as if they were nothing. Your value is within you. Your worth is defined by the battles you fought and the character you've built, not by the amount of money you make or the praise you receive today. He looked into the clear water and saw a survivor, a warrior who had endured the harshest winters. He didn't need a master to tell him he was brave. This is the most painful lesson of all. Your dignity is your own. It cannot be given by another, and it certainly cannot be taken away by them. Every struggle you have faced has added to your story. These are not marks of failure, but proof of your resilience in a world that tries to break you. The path forward may be lonely, but it is honest. When you stop living for the approval of others, you finally begin to live for yourself and your truth.
Thank you for listening to this story of self-respect. Remember that you are the only one who has the power to define what your life is worth.